I'm going to continue with the standard SRT.C.06 trigonometry. Purpose of the day is, by the end of the class, all of you will be able to identify the correct trigonometric ratio and use it to find the missing side of the given right angle triangle. Let's have a quick review of the previous class. A right angle triangle has a single right angle. By definition, that means that all sides cannot be the same length. At the most, two sides can be the same, but not all the three sides, because the longest side is the hypotenuse. A typical right angle triangle is shown below. You know what is hypotenuse? The side opposite to 90 degrees is known as hypotenuse. In algebra, the unknown number is taken as a variable, usually with x. But the unknown angle here, we take it as theta. It's something like we write 0 and kind of striking. That gives you, that's how we write theta. It's a Greek word. The side attached to the angle is adjacent. So there are two sides which are attached to the angle. One is hypotenuse. You know what hypotenuse is. The other than hypotenuse is the adjacent side. Next here, let me take my, give me a moment. Trigonometry means a triangle measure. You know about the Pythagorean theorem, a square plus b square equals c square, or maybe side square plus side square equals to hypotenuse square, right? So just quickly, I'm going to the next one. Already I discussed what hypotenuse, legs, adjacent and opposite sides are. Then sine, cosine and tangent. Sine ratio equals to opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine ratio, or say cos ratio, is adjacent over hypotenuse. Tangent or tan ratio is opposite over adjacent. There is a way to memorize this one, that is TOA. So the first letter of each word is picked and we memorize this one as TOA. So what is SOH means? S stands for sine, is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Notice that the first letters are taken. CAH, that is cosine, is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. TOA, tangent, equals to opposite over adjacent. So let's practice some problems from. So here, find the values for all three trig functions for angle A and angle B. So sine A. First of all, you have to remember the key word, that is SOHCAHTOA, SOHCAHTOA, and also memorize the spelling too, SOHCAHTOA. Okay. So whenever you solve trigonometric problems, memorize this one, which is SOHCAHTOA. Okay. So, SOHCAHTOA, SOH, which means sine. Let me start with the angle A. Therefore, sine A equals to, I know that some people prefer to write this way, opposite over hypotenuse. But I personally prefer to write opposite side to. Friends, this one is really very important. That is, what are the letters or what are the angle you are taking, that one should be mentioned. So opposite side to angle A. Okay. And if I were you, I prefer to draw the arrow mark so that I will never make a mistake. So I see that here angle A and opposite side to angle A is BC. Therefore, it is BC over What is the hypotenuse means? This is the hypotenuse. Oh my God, here hypotenuse is not given. What to do? I hope you remember that in a right angle triangle, you can use Pythagoras theorem and you can find it. So here quickly I am showing you the calculation part. Side is square plus side is square equals to hypotenuse square. It is hypotenuse square by Pythagoras theorem. So let me plug in the values. One side is 8 square, the other side is 15 square equals to hypotenuse square. Hypotenuse square. So what is 8 square means? It is not 8 times 2, it is 8 times 8. That gives me 64. What is 15 square? It is not 15 times 2, but it is 15 times 15. That gives me 225. So let me add these two. It is 9, 28. So it is 289 equals to hypotenuse square. Hypotenuse square. Remember, here we want to find the value of the hypotenuse, not the hypotenuse square. So how to eliminate, or how to eliminate the square part? Simply you have to take a square root on the other side. You have to take a square root on the other side in order to eliminate this. While so square root of 289, square root of 289. So you may grab the calculator and compute what is the value of square root 289. That gives you 17. Well, so this is the value of the hypotenuse. This is the value of hypotenuse. So here let me take hypotenuse is 70. Okay. So opposite side to angle A. So already we discussed here is angle A, and I see that opposite side to angle A, that gives me BC are 8 units. Therefore, it is BC and hypotenuse is AB. So let me plug in the values. That is 8 over 17. I'm done with this. Coming to coming to cos B equals to, so you know what is TOA? So it is CAH. So let me highlight this one, CAH. Okay, so A stands for here, it is adjacent side. Please continue writing, don't leave it as adjacent side. What the letter is? It is adjacent side to angle B. Actually, you have to find. So here, what is cos B means? Adjacent side to angle B over hypotenuse. Hypotenuse. So what is adjacent side to B means? Adjacent side to B means here is angle B, and adjacent means the side which is next to the angle, which is BC, over what is hypotenuse means? It's always the same, that is AB. So BC over AB, the same thing I'm copying here, BC over AB. And what is the value of BC means? You can see that 8, and this one hypotenuse is 17. Why I explained cos B instead of cos A means, please see that here the value of sine A and the value of cos B, these two are the same, 8 over 17. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. Sine A equals to cos B. Next, let me take now sine B. Let me take sine B. So you know what is sine conditions? TOA, SOH, right? So let me highlight that part. It is SOH. Okay. So TOA, SOH. O stands for it is opposite side over hypotenuse. Okay. As I told you before, I prefer to write clearly opposite side to whatever the letter or whatever the angle is given, that is to be taken. So sine B equals to opposite side to angle B. Therefore, I see that angle B is here and this is the opposite side, which is AC over, and hypotenuse, that's AB. Now you can plug in the values. AC is 15 units and hypotenuse is 17 units. Okay. You want me to find the other values like sine A, CAH. You know what CAH stands for. C stands for cos, A stands for adjacent, H stands for hypotenuse. So let's elaborate. So it is adjacent side to always I prefer to highlight this one, adjacent side to angle A over hypotenuse. So just see, here is angle A. Adjacent side means the side which is next to the given angle other than hypotenuse. So here that is AC. So I'm taking cos A and I'm writing here it is AC over hypotenuse is AB, and then just plug in the values. AC is 15 units and hypotenuse is 17. Have you noticed that cos A equals to sine B or not? Please see that it is 15 over 17 and that is also 15 over 17. They are the same. Next tan A, so TOA, TOA, so TOA. So let me write that OA, TOA. Okay, now O stands for it is opposite. It is opposite side to. You please write everything in detail, like opposite side to angle A. A stands for it is adjacent side to angle A. So what is opposite side to A means? What is opposite side to A means? That is 8 units, I'll say BC. And what is adjacent side to A means? It is the one which is next to the given angle, that is AC, adjacent side. Therefore, it is BC over AC. Let me write the same thing here. It is BC over AC and plug in the values, which is 8 here and here 15. Next, tan B, that is opposite side to angle B, and next adjacent side to angle B. So I'm taking B. What is the opposite side? That is opposite side is AC. This is opposite side to angle B, and next what is adjacent side? Don't forget this is the one which is next to the angle, that is the adjacent side. So AC over BC. The same thing I'm copying here and then plug in the values. AC is 15 units and BC is 8 units. That's it. This is how we find the trigonometric ratios. So let's find 3 trig values for angle A. So angle A. So let me think of this one, which is SOH. So sine equals to opposite over hypotenuse. Let me write in detail here. So it is sine equals to opposite over hypotenuse. Just in brief, I am writing. Next, so CAH, that is cos equals to, A stands for adjacent side over hypotenuse, And next, TOA, TOA, which is tangent equals to O stands for opposite over A for adjacent. But please don't be lazy. Please write in detail so that you can avoid a lot of mistakes. So here we are focusing completely on angle E. Angle E. You see that in the question, find the three trig values for angle E. Therefore, I have to find sine E. Therefore, I have to elaborate this one opposite side to angle E over the hypotenuse. Hypotenuse. Next, cos E, tan E. Anyhow, that I'll write it after a while. So, what is opposite side to angle E means you can see that it is a DF or 3 inches. Right? That is DF or 3 inches. Okay, let me erase this part. Okay, oops, I'm sorry. So it is E. Okay, so here opposite side to angle E is it is DF over what is hypotenuse means. Please remember, you know that what is hypotenuse. If there is 90 degrees, then this is the hypotenuse. This is the hypotenuse, right? Like the previous question, I don't see here what the hypotenuse value is. Therefore, we may have to compute this one separately. So, by Pythagoras theorem, by Pythagoras theorem, by Pythagoras theorem, you know that side square plus side square equals to hypotenuse square. We don't know what is the hypotenuse, but we know that the other two sides, one is 7 inches and the other one is 3 inches. So 7 square plus 3 square. 7 square, again, it's a gentle reminder, it is not 7 times 2, it is 7 times 7. That gives me 49. 3 square, it is not 3 times 2, it is 3 times 3. That gives me 9. So 49 and 9, that gives me 58. You know that how to eliminate the square. You know how to eliminate the square. Already I explained my previous problem. In order to eliminate square, we go for inverse operation, which is inverse of a square is square root. Therefore, let me take and compute square root of 58, square root of 58. Actually, this cannot be computed. Like, you know what is square root 36? Which is 6, square root 25, you can compute. But when it comes to square root 58, that is not a proper integer. So just you may leave it as it is, that is square root 58, or else you can convert into decimals. That gives you approximately 7.6. So here I'm not bothered to convert into decimals, just I'm leaving a square root of 58. So it is square root of 58. Well, so sine equals to opposite side to angle E or hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is DE. So what is DF? DF, you can see that it is 3 units. It is 3 over square root of 58. As I told you before, if you want, you can convert into decimals. That gives you approximately 7.6. Therefore, it is 3 over square root of 58. And coming to cos. Cos E, so you know cos CAH. So here A gives you an idea of adjacent, H is hypotenuse. Therefore, adjacent side to angle E. Please elaborate. Don't be so brief, because I know that majority of the students keep this kind of triangle in mind when the question comes. This is opposite and this is adjacent, that's it. But if you are asked to find with reference to this angle, you'll end up with the wrong answer. So please elaborate the statement instead of saying adjacent over hypotenuse, write that adjacent side to angle E and so on. Okay. Now adjacent side to angle E. So here is my angle E. Adjacent means the side which is next to the angle other than the hypotenuse. That is EF. That is EF over the hypotenuse is DE. So just plug in the values, which is 7 over square root of 58. The same thing is copied here to get the answer. The same thing is copied here. Okay. Next, coming to the last part, it is opposite side to angle E over adjacent side to angle E. So just you copy. Then what is opposite side to angle E means, oops, during testing I prefer to draw this way using a pencil, then I erase it. So here I see that opposite side is DF over adjacent side. Friends, don't get confused. The side opposite to 90 degrees is the hypotenuse, and the side next to the angle is adjacent angle. That's the reason whenever you are solving trigonometric problems, it's better to draw a diagram, draw a freehand sketch, and first you label it what is the hypotenuse. Then it eliminates a lot of confusions. So here df over ef, and plug in the values. What is df means? I see that from the diagram it is 3 units and ef is 7 units. So it is 3 over 7. You are done. Okay. Let's say that you are asked to find all these values. No diagram is given. Then what to do means that Desmos trig calculator. So you can trigonometry. Okay, so let's open this Desmos calculator. But here, it's too big. So let me close this one. I'm looking too big. Okay, so here, well, it's 2G and okay. So friends, here on the right side, there is a graph settings. Right top, you see that there is a graph settings. You click on that. And make sure that you are clicking on degrees, not radians. Please see that at the bottom, degrees. So you have to switch to degrees. I repeat, you have to switch to degrees. I repeat again. At the right top, you see that graph settings. You click on that and go all the way to bottom. And if it is by default, it is on radians, then you switch to degrees. Okay. Well, in case, one moment, please. Well, in case if you are using TI-84 calculator, make sure that there is a mode option. There is a mode option. You have to go there. I'm sorry, I don't have the this software on my computer. So please click on mode. You click on mode, and there you can see that radians and degrees, and you have to switch to degrees. Okay. So if you are using TI-84, at the top you see that mode button. Click on the mode, and then make sure that you are switching from radians to, by default it is radians, and you are switching from radians to degrees. Okay. So let me minimize and close this one. Okay. Ask it to find what is the value of sine 40 degrees. So let's go back to this one. You see that sine 40 degrees here. You see that sine 40 degrees. So go to Desmos and type instead of x, you type 40 sine 40. And you see that 0.642. Do you see that? So let me switch to my whiteboard. Where's the whiteboard? So the value of this one is 0.642. Okay, let's say cos 40. Cos 40. So again, let's go back to this one. Then cos 40 means in the place of x, you type 40 degrees 0.766. It is 0.766. 0.766. Anyhow, in the next class, I'll explain how we are going to use these angles. Next, tan 40 degrees. So you type, say, tan 40 degrees, 0.83. 0.83. So quickly, few important things. You may get a doubt here. By default, I see that all the values are there, like sine, cos, and tan. Let's say that it is blank. So what are you going to do? Type sin space. What are the number you want? Like say 45. Okay. I'll say that sine 30. What are the number is given? Just you type it, then you get it. Okay, and next if you want to type like say if you want like a fraction, you can see that the left side there is a fraction symbol. If you click it, you get the answer in terms of fraction. Okay, as if you want as a decimal, then you see that if you click on the left side, you'll be getting this way. Okay, I'm clicking on this X symbol so that is disappeared. And if you want to find, say, tan 42 degrees, so tan space 42, what are the number? And please make sure that in the graph settings, it is on degrees, not on radians. If it is radians, you see that the number is something else. Do you see that? Tan 42 in radians is 2.29 and in degrees it is 0.9. There is difference. So if you don't switch here in the settings, you'll end up with a wrong answer. Okay? Okay, now let's go to the worksheet. Okay, I'm going to take one question where we are going to use these angles. Let's say that there is a right triangle, there is a right triangle, and say that the angle is given here, the angle is given, say, some 42 degrees, and okay, this is my beautiful flagpole. This is my flagpole, and here is the flag, okay? Just say that some design on it, okay? A person is standing here, and he found that the angle of elevation is 42 degrees, and he found that the length of the shadow is, say, 35 feet, and what is the height of the flag post? This is the question. So first of all, you have to think which trig ratio I have to take. Do I have to take sine, cos, or tan? See, I have to compute this one, and this value is given, which is 35. So horizontal and vertical are given. So if I were you, my thought process goes this way. Here is the angle, and this is the opposite side to the angle, and the other one is next to the angle, which I call as adjacent. So where opposite side to the angle and adjacent to the angle. So let me think of SOHCAHTOA. If you want, you can write, elaborate. You can elaborate them, and you can write. I see that opposite and adjacent, I see that in TOA, which means tan equals to opposite over adjacent. Does it make sense? If no letters are given, yes, you better to label the diagram like ABC. Okay, and here 42 degrees are given, which is C, right? Therefore, tan tan C equals to opposite side to angle C over adjacent side to angle C. Then plug in the values. Tan C means it is tan 42 degrees, opposite side to, you can see that opposite to the given angle. I don't know what is the value of that, so let it be AB over what is adjacent. What is adjacent side means you can see that it is 35. It's BC or 35. So AB value, I don't know. What is BC value? That is 35 feet. And what is tan 42? Just now I explained that. Go to Desmos, and just type what are the angle. So tan 42, 0.9. After decimal, you can take 2 digits, so 0.90. 0.90. So let's plug in the value here, 0.9. You know how to isolate AB. We go for inverse operation. So 35 is dividing. So let me take times 35 on both the sides. So the value of AB equals to let me grab my calculator. It is 0.9 times 35. That gives me 31.5. So that is the height of the flagpole, which is 31 point. Height of the flagpole is 31.5 feet. Height of flagpole is 31.5 feet. That's the height. I don't know how many of you noticed. Only one side is given and one angle is given, and then you found the height of the flag post. You may say that, can I use Pythagoras theorem? Yes, if you want to use Pythagoras theorem, at least you have to have two sides, but here only one side is given. That's the beauty of this. One side and one angle are given. Okay. Let me take one more example. Most of you might be familiar with the kite. Let's say that I hope you know about the kite. I'm not talking about the bird. It's I don't know how many of you are familiar with this one. In India, people make with a sheet of paper, or else just let me show how it looks like.
क्या था वो? हाँ, इसको इस प्रकार हमने बनाया कि ये उड़े. प्रैक्टिकली वी आर शोइंग द सेम पतंग काइट जो कि हमने खुद ने बनाई है, एंड हियर माई सेल्फ आई एम गोइंग टू ट्राई इट. ओके, एंड 2 कलर्स ऑफ पेपर. ये हमारे पास 2 कलर हमने सेलेक्ट किए. ओके, एंड वन बैक.
Do you see that how it's flying? Just they pull it with a thread, and after a while it goes into the air. let's jump back to the question. Let's jump back to the question here. Say that the man is flying a kite. The man is flying a kite, and he know whatever the rope or whatever the thread he is having, he know what is the length of that. Let's say that this is some 150 feet is the length of the rope, and the question is what is the height? What is the height? If this is the question, and if you are asked to find what is the height of the kite, okay, then how to compute? How to compute? Let's say that the angle is given as some 60 degrees. 60 degrees. First of all, you have to identify what is given and what you are expected to compute. Again, I'm repeating what is given and what you are expected to compute. So this value is given and you are asked to find this one. You are asked to find this one. So here I see that this is the hypotenuse. This is the hypotenuse, right? This is hypotenuse. The value of hypotenuse is given, and you are asked to find opposite side to the angle. Opposite side to the angle. So where do you find opposite and hypotenuse? So let's write SOHCAHTOA. Let's write SOHCAHTOA. So opposite and hypotenuse, opposite and hypotenuse. So I see that opposite and hypotenuse in SOH, right? So sine equals to opposite over hypotenuse. As I told you before, don't be lazy, please expand, and you may label this one like ABC. So sine C equals to opposite side to angle C over hypotenuse, right? Now plug in the values. What is the value of sine C? Means it is sine 60 degrees. What is opposite? Means that is AB over what is hypotenuse? Means AC. Now plug in the values, but before that, don't forget what is sine 60 means. Let me go to my Desmos calculator. Where is my Desmos calculator? Oops. Desmos, I lost. So let me go to, yeah, here it is. So it is sine 60. So let me type sin 60. It is giving me 0.866. 0.866. Therefore, let me write it is 0.866 equals to AB, which is opposite side, I don't know, hypotenuse, which is 150, and here onwards you know how to isolate AB. We go for inverse operation, we multiply by 150 on both the sides, 150 on both the sides. So let me quickly grab my calculator, and what is the value of AB? Means 150 times 0.866, that is giving me 129.9. So this says that the opposite side is 129.9 or approximately 130. I would say that height of kite equals to 129.9 feet, or you can say that it is 130 feet approximately. 130 feet approximately. So don't forget, you have to make use of Desmos calculator. Desmos, you have to go Google it, then you can find it. Okay, that's it from me for today afternoon. See you tomorrow.